Hello dear friends, how has your day been? I know you have worked so hard your whole life. In this quiet night when the world slowly falls asleep, welcome to Midnight Radio for Seniors. I am your host and your friend. I am here to gently comfort your tired heart. Tonight you do not need to focus. You do not need to stay awake. You do not need to do anything at all. This voice is simply here to keep you company. Today I want to talk about something many of us keep hidden deep inside our hearts. It is the bittersweet feeling of being a parent. You may have heard the old saying that being childless is a blessing. And lately you may find yourself sighing quietly and asking yourself, why am I so unlucky with my own children? Let us think about the life we have lived. We ate less so our children could eat more. We wore old clothes so they could wear the best brands at school. We worked until our hands became rough and painful. All of it was for their future. And in our hearts we held on to one small hope. When I grow old they will stand by me. They will be my support. They will be my fence. But now that we are in our 70s, what does reality look like? They visit once or twice a year during holidays. Sometimes not even that. Is it really so difficult to make the first phone call? When we finally gather the courage to call, they answer briefly and say they are busy. They promise to call back. But the call never comes. In those moments what we feel is not just disappointment. It is a deep painful doubt about ourselves. Did I raise them wrong? Why is my life so lonely even though I have children? When we hear others talk proudly about their children, about money they receive, about trips their children pay for, our hearts quietly sink into sadness. That is when the saying being childless is a blessing feels like a sharp needle in our chest. If we had no children, we would not have expected anything. But because we loved them so deeply, the emptiness now feels even larger. My dear friends, please listen to me for a moment. They say a child is only a guest who stays in our life for a while. We welcomed those guests with our whole hearts. We gave them everything we had. And then we sent them out into the world. The pain we feel now comes from one belief. We believed those guests would take responsibility for our entire lives. Our children are not bad people. They are not heartless. They are simply ordinary humans, carrying the heavy weight of their own lives. Please do not blame yourself by saying I am unlucky. You have already given the greatest love a parent can give. Your mission as a parent is already complete. From now on, please stop spending your days staring at the phone, waiting for it to ring. If you have delicious food, do not hide it in the freezer for the day they might visit. Eat it yourself today. I truly hope that this night, the night you quietly mourn your lack of child luck, becomes the first day you find yourself again, not as someone's parent, but as yourself. You deserve that. Earlier we spoke about the sorrow and disappointment we feel toward our children. But my dear friends, we cannot live forever in tears. From now on the time we have left must be spent for ourselves. Many of us say, my children were my whole life. But that thought is dangerous. When you hang your entire life on one pillar called children, if that pillar shakes even a little, your whole world feels like it is collapsing. Now it is time to slowly loosen those knots. There is an old saying, a child belongs to you only while they are in your arms. Once they leave and start their own families, they become the head of another household. They become parents to their own children. It is a cold truth. But the sooner we accept it, the more peace we find. Instead of being upset that they do not visit, try letting go and thinking, they must be working very hard for their own family. I once knew an elderly woman. She spent her entire life cleaning up after her children. One day she made a decision. I will stop waiting for their calls. That very day she went to a community center. She began learning calligraphy. She started hiking with friends. At first she worried her children might feel neglected. But something unexpected happened. Her children were happy. They said, "Mom, you look so busy and happy these days." Letting go of expectations is the best preparation for old age. Where there is no expectation, there is no disappointment. And where there is no disappointment, resentment cannot grow. Now take all the devotion you gave your children and give it to yourself. Do not save the expensive steak in the freezer. Grill it and enjoy it today. When you see a beautiful coat, do not think, should I buy this for my daughter-in-law? Buy it for yourself. When you are happy and healthy, your children can live their lives with a lighter heart. They say child luck is something you are born with. But happiness is something you create. The moment you gently set down the burden of being a parent, your real life begins. Tonight look at yourself in the mirror and say this quietly: you worked so hard raising your children. Now it is time to live the life you want. I am here cheering for your brave new steps. We have talked about drying the tears we shed for our children and learning to let them go from our hearts. Now what should fill that empty space? It must be filled with your own joy. It is time to find something more exciting than a phone call from your children. Something more valuable than the allowance they might give. Have you ever heard the phrase graduating from parenthood? We spent decades being fathers and mothers. Now we have earned our diplomas. School is over, and a long-awaited summer vacation has begun. How can we enjoy the best time of our lives? First, create your own hideout. A library, a senior center, a quiet cafe. Do not stay home staring at the phone. Step outside, feel the sunlight, meet people. Your brain and your soul wake up when you engage with the world. Second, never stop small learning. Never say I am too old for this. Learn a new app. Leave a comment on this radio show. Pick up a musical instrument you always wanted to try. Our brains stay young when we learn. Instead of bragging about your children, brag about what you learned today. That is a truly beautiful life. Third, live only for today. Do not save all your money for your children to inherit later. Be honest. People always wish there was more. So use your money for yourself now. Eat what you want. Go where you want. Investing in your own happiness is the most valuable investment in the world. My dear friends, you truly deserve it. The days of watering your children's garden while your own body withered away are over. Now plant flowers in your own yard. Grow a tree. Care for your own garden. Even if you have no children, even if they do not call, you are still dignified and beautiful. Remember this: before you were anyone's parent, you were one unique and precious being in this world. Every night I pray that the rest of your life shines brighter than your children's. This has been Midnight Radio for Seniors. Thank you for spending this long quiet time with me. I hope your night is warmer and more peaceful than before. Please do not keep this program to yourself. Share it with your dear friends. Your small act of sharing gives me great strength to create the next program. Now have a comfortable and gentle night. I look forward to meeting you again soon. Thank you. Diem Danielo Balo Dawadulil Su Ishabnida. Vru Yang Sagdo Nulan Biojan. 60 Bun Jongwag Bunliangulo Mundan Jajojong. Ilbonio Jungujio Supinio Dongal Pamaze Byunwan. Sinio Naiteu Ladio Gojong Opuning Kuyojing Bunlaban. 1 Hasinian Geosman Malhe Juseo.